Hello and welcome to EL Lesson 23, second graders. All right, here is what we are doing today. It says, today you will form and use collective nouns. Participate in a hands-on experience. Listen to a read aloud, okay? Here we go. A collective noun. Well, I know what a noun is. A noun is a person, place, or thing. A collective, we'll find out. A noun is a person, place, or thing. All right, let's read. A group of dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are the topic I'll do my project on. I don't know what a group is called, and so I asked my mom. She said she knew a group. A fish was called a school of fish. A group of lions is called a pride, I said. That's really cool. A group of lions is called a pride. I said, that's really cool. She said she's fed a flock of sheep and saw a nest of mice. She sat among a crowd of people, maybe once or twice. And dinosaurs, I asked again, but Mom just ate her lunch. I'm not so sure, my mother said. Just say there is a bunch. You see how that had some rhyming to it? So collective nouns, collective. Okay, let's write this out because I think, I'm gonna write this in my journal, as you should as well. So today we're talking about collective nouns. And I've already said in my journal the date, my name, and we're working on collective nouns. Nouns are people, places, or things, and collective means group, because we're talking about groups right now. I noticed even from that poem that helped me understand more what collective means, kind of remind me. All right, what is happening in this poem? What's happening? Can anyone retell about this poem in small groups this week? There's a boy who doesn't know what word does he not know? I don't know what a group is called, and so I asked my mom. Okay, now you can always pause the video at any time because here's the poem. Let me make it larger again. You can always pause this video and retell in small groups with Mr. Gregory and Miss Vanessa what this poem is about. Did you already know that a group of lions is called a pride? That a group of fish is called a school of fish? Did you already know that? If you did, snap your fingers. Really good. All right, here, what is a noun? And remember to watch these videos on Brain Pop, Schoolhouse Rock. They will help you. You can look these things up on YouTube. What is a noun? You can watch these videos. A noun is a person, place, or thing. I love Schoolhouse Rock. Look that up. It's really, really fun. Now, what would it sound like to have more than one student or teacher? A noun changes when there is more than one. That's what collective noun means. Okay? So now we're going to work on changing some words from singular to plural, okay? From one to a group. So I have some animals listed here. I have fish, lion, sheep, and mouse. So let's see here. 1 second. These words you're going to write down in your journal, okay? Fish, say it with me. Fish, lion, sheep, mouse. Okay. So in your journal, and I will do it with you, one fish is just a fish, but a group of fish is called a school. So you're going to write that down. One and a group. One lion is called a lion, and a group of lions is called, does anyone remember what it said? A pride of lions. One sheep is called a sheep. A group of sheep is called a flock. A mouse is one mouse is called a mouse, and a group of mice is called a nest. I didn't know that. That's something new. Okay. Now, one person is a person. A group of people is a crowd. All right. So you can write those in your journal as your assignment for EL lesson 23. So that would go here. So you would write out the word fish, lion, sheep, mouse, person, and write the collective noun for that, flock, crowd, here. So that is your assignment for EL lesson 23. Okay? A group of fish is called a school. A group of lions is called a pride. Now remember, you can go back at any time and pause the video for the answers. Okay? Here they are. A group of people is a crowd. All right? Very good, second graders. Thank you for your great work and attention. So we're moving on. We have a new book this week. What is the title? Fossils. Say it with me. Fossils. And here you can see the fossil of a what? Dinosaur. Wonderful. So we're going to do a close reading of page 7. Clues from the past. Say it with me. Clues from the past. Louder, Giovanni. Clues from the past. Louder, Emily. Clues from the past. Natalia, can you say it? Clues from the past. Did you ever wonder how scientists have learned so much about Earth's history? How do we know what the dinosaurs even looked like? What they ate or where they lived? How do we know that fish existed before mammals? Mammals we'll talk about that later. How have we learned about our human ancestors? Ancestors are like our grandparents and people who've lived even longer than grandparents. The answer to these questions is through the study of fossils. And you see how the word is nice and bolded, because that is what we're learning about. Fossils are the remains or traces of animals and plants that have been preserved in the Earth's rocky crust. Wow. What does this look like a fossil of? Wow, that is interesting. Here it is. It says here, I can't even pronounce this. Archaeopteryx is considered the earliest bird. This is the first fossil of a flying creature. That looks a little scary to me. It looks, wow. That's a fossilized thing. Very cool. Okay. So we looked at the title. Let's talk about how fossils are formed. How are fossils formed? Do you know how fossils are formed? Does every plant and every animal get fossilized? So I want you to think about that this week. What can we learn by studying fossils, and how are fossils formed? Let me write those 2 questions out for you to keep inside your mind and talking about in small groups, okay? How fossils are formed. If you could find out the stages, because we've talked about it. Remember what happens? First, the animal dies. That's step 1. Then what happens? I want you to figure out the steps. How fossils are formed, okay? It has to be the right conditions. How fossils are formed. How are fossils formed? Let me rewrite the sentence. How are fossils formed? There's a question. I didn't have it in a question format. How are fossils formed? Now this would be a great YouTube question to type in, or Google, because you could come up with the steps. Talk about this in small groups. All right, thank you for your attention, second graders, and I will see you next time.